Are we live? Just double checking. I hope we're live. Oh, we are live. Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Contest of Speed. My name is KB, and today we are rounding off this week's racing here at Canada, of course, with EU4. Tonight I'm joined by co-commentator, as always, Tishy. Tishy, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good, you?
Yeah, not too bad. Ready for a bit of action here around Canada. I just want to check that we are live.
It's non-stop.
Yeah,
YouTube is on. Yeah.
YouTube is on. We are live. I was just double checking because I was Lightstream telling me it was offline still.
Lightstream.
Yeah, the service where we stream from. So whilst these guys go out on track right now. Yeah, we are. So we are online. Hi guys, we are here. Hope you are all well. Whilst these guys go out on track then, I just need to do a little bit of housekeeping. And go through quickly the championship standings. So, as of now, due to Risa leaving, we have Raji in the Williams, who is leading the way in the championship, who is currently on 139 points in the Williams. Followed on by the Irishman of Tiger Roll, who has been on. He's currently 33. Yeah, he's 33 points behind at the minute. Currently on 106. Then followed on by Joel, and then K-Mark. K-Mark's not racing tonight. Then Hilly, Shane, Max, and then Clausen. Constructors wise, top 5 as it stands are Alfa Romeo lead the way by a big margin still. Then followed on by Williams, Haas, and then it's a real tight battle from 4th to 5th. Currently have Renault, and then McLaren and AlphaTauri, who are both on the same points, both on 122. So it's quite tight in the midfield for the constructors here in EU4. Reserves wise, we have Porridge Power in the McLaren. We have Kelsey resident American who joins us every week, which is Kitten in the Haas, who's replacing Clausen tonight, and Roland.
Clausen has left.
Yeah, I believe he has
stepped down due to work commitments.
Yes, he has. So yeah, so expect to see a lot more Kitten, because we are a big fan of Kitten. Of course, commentator here at Contest of Speed, an absolute legend. And of course Roland, the big boss, is in here tonight, so he has appeared in a few EU4 races as well, so see how he gets on tonight.
Yeah.
And apart from that, I think we're ready, Titch. Qualifying is underway. I'm on board with the McLaren of Joel.
Hilly has set the benchmark.
He has set the benchmark on 1097. Spud says race started very wet, Titch.
Oh.
So of course we have seen a few wet races so far this week, and it looks like it's going to be the same tonight. So,
EU1.
You racing that, didn't you?
Yeah, it can be described as very wet. I decided dry setup. Why not? Biggest mistake I've ever made in my life.
Joel comes across the line and sets past the time of 109.4. Let's see, it's Alfa Romeo's on a lap of Bruce. It's coming down the back straight now, up to towards the final 2 corners. Nice and clean there from Alfa Romeo. Punches to the line. Let's see what he can set. So the 111.7 puts me to P4.
What? Roland's invalidated round the final corner.
So he's on the medium tyre. A baby wizard. Punches to the line. What can the Red Bull do? Goes P2 or 109.6. So, because of course I do not race in this league anymore and just commentating, I don't know what the lap times are going to be like around here. Titch, as a Raji sets a 108.6. What times are we looking at, Titch, around Canada?
I'd say mid 108s is what they can probably achieve if they put put their their mind to it. Mid 108s.
Okay. So Raji's already pretty much there. It's not a bad bank.
Yeah, could push for the lower 108s if he wants to.
Yeah, so we've got 16 runners in tonight, so plenty of chances for guys who are in the midfield to get some valuable points.
Yeah.
We know that last few races, Titch, that we've seen a lot of potential to get points due to the amount of runners that run into a bit of trouble, as Kitten sets a 110.9.
Spud goes 110.5.
Let's go on board. Ooh, rolling spin. I've just went on board with him. Oh, and he's round. Yeah, just went on board with him through turn 3. And yeah, back end stepped out for him. So that's his run over. Seeing if anyone else is on a lap.
Muzzle, I believe, is on a lap coming down the back straight.
Just go on board with Renault then.
Straight flash through. Yeah, I want a 9.5 on the mediums.
That's a great lap, isn't it, on the mediums?
Yeah. To be fair, the mediums are, I think, somewhere between 4 to 6 tenths between the medium and the soft.
But if Spud's saying that it's a wet start, then
yeah.
Why would you do that?
Why would you be on the mediums? That was a very good question. Maybe he's lying. I've done it before.
Yeah. Let's go to Hilly. Now, I don't want to sound biased to guys here, because I have a soft spot for people in here, and I have a soft spot with Hilly because, one, he helped me out on my stream earlier, and it actually worked.
Yeah.
So let's go on board with Hilly and put him under pressure. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't really do that. Yes, he did. I did a giveaway at the weekend, and the winner of it won a contest of speed hoodie, and it was this man who we're on board with right now. So congratulations, Hilly. That hoodie is on its way to him. It's currently in Latvia at the minute, being processed. So hopefully he gets the hoodie soon. Looks like. Oh, and validate. So going through that right left-hander, and that'll be his running over for the Dutchman.
Porridge Power is in front of him alright.
Let's go on board with him. AM2 driver is filling in tonight. As someone has joined the session.
Who is that?
Who is that? I have set this to invite only.
So who's invited him?
So who's invited this individual into the lobby? We'll keep an eye on that. Spud saying is drying out in the race, so it's going to be a wet start, then followed on by some dry weather in the race. The Porridge is on the medium tyre, and I'm not sure why, because I believe you can get 4 runs in this session, can't you? Due to it being such a short lap time.
Yeah, you can get 4 runs in.
Porridge only marginally up on his time as well, so
He's going for the second run on those mediums, isn't he? He's going to bail out.
He bails out. Right. Let's go towards P9, which is JJ. It's coming down the back straight now. He's had some solid races that have come and gone, scoring up towards top end of the points, but points are points at the end of the day, and he's gone 6 tenths quicker, puts him into P7.
The AlphaTauris of JJ and Jay Hartnell.
Yeah, I thought.
So it's JJJ.
It is. Of course, we have a soft spot for Jay Hartnell. He doesn't know it.
Did.
He doesn't know it, but if he does watch back, then he should know that me and Titch have a soft spot for him. He doesn't know why, but I went on board with Blaze then. Blaze, of course, who won his first ever race last week. He is backed out of his lap though.
Yeah.
And when we spoke to him last week, he, we thought, you know, when you win your first contest of speed race, you'd be absolutely over the moon with it. And
he wasn't happy.
And he wasn't. I don't know why, but hopefully this week he.
Big lock up from Roland.
Hopefully he's in a better mood. I'm on board with Bruce again to come around a hairpin. Good evening, Dracer. How are you? Of course, he's going to be supporting.
Roland goes P2.
Good luck there from Roland. Bruce backs out of his lap. Soon there's a Haas of.
Hilly's just started out.
Let's go back to Hilly then. Let's put him under the pressure. Let's put him under the pressure.
Again.
I shouldn't be doing this, but
he's 4 tenths up on his time.
He is. He looks really nice.
Put him P3 at the moment.
Can he get through this nice and clean? Yes, he does. Invalidated last time round, but looked nice and clean through that as he comes down to the hard braking zone.
Up.
Oh.
He's going for P2 at the moment.
Yeah, he's on for really good luck here. Now he comes down the back straight. DRS will be enabled. Comes down to the trickiest probably section of this lap as he has to. Looks nice and clean though. It didn't look like he fully committed, and it kind of shown because he lost time through there. However, though, he puts him into P2, so great lap there from Hilly. As Muzzer pops up within a 109 flat. Great lap from the Renault. Of course, on the wheel now. I know he's back on pad, isn't he? That's a lie.
I believe he's back on pad.
Yes, Muzzer is back on pad, and it puts him up into P2. So I think the saying is, if it's not broken,
don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
The DualShock 4, the best wheel in the game.
Yeah.
I told you already.
Yeah. Ah, Tichy, the guy who's joined is an AM2 driver.
Oh, right.
Ah, so he'll be in the race. There he is, VTech in the racing point. I got scared for a minute, Titch. I'm not going to lie, because I thought it was
I panicked that we may have to restart the lobby.
Yeah, some randomer would have ruined everyone's race, and
yeah.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Not the case.
So it's sorted now. Now we can rest at ease, and we can enjoy the rest of this qualifying session.
He might still ruin the race. You never know.
Well, I won't say anything. Let's go on board with resident American Kitty, the man with the soothing voice. He's going to come down. Oh, he's backed out of the lap. Currently in P7.
I better actually go look at the tabs. Better open that one.
And VTech's out on a lap actually.
Oh, really?
He is. He's out of track.
I do believe even if he sets a lap time, he will start at the back of the grid.
Oh, okay. So at least he can go out and get a bit of practice.
Get a bit of practicing. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Get up and running. And I think it's pretty quiet on the track in a minute.
Yeah, I think
only man now on a lap is JJ. He's coming down the back straight again. And Bale's out.
And he comes in to go get another lap in.
I'll tell you one man who's on the lap, that's Baby Wizard. He was, just seen him, he was 2 tenths up on his time. Coming down towards the hairpin now. And he's 3 tenths up on his time. Oh, it goes deep though, into the hairpin. He's going to lose quite a bit of time now. Lost so much, went really deep into the hairpin, and might have lost all that time he gained throughout sector 1 and 2. Still going to finish his lap though. Ooh, gets close to the wall of champions, pushes for the line, and yeah, still improves though. Puts him up to P5. Might be kicking himself there, because had he not made that mistake, he might have gained even more time. But that might be a session over.
Probably will be. Oh, and Spud doesn't. He improves on his time, but stays 12th.
So Ferrari man in P12. Blaze has just set a time of a 109.2, puts him up into P6. Very tight, isn't it, Titch? Time-wise, if you look at the times, Raji leading out by a comfortable margin, but from P2 downwards, it's only a second between P2 and P11. Are these guys now going to set their final laps here? So it's going to be quite a hectic end to this, and I'm going to try and keep up with everyone who's going to be setting lap times. And I think the first man who's going to be doing it is Roland.
Was a 10th up on his time.
So Roland coming through sector 1 now. Looks nice and tidy there. He's 10th down on his time though. Currently in P4. Can he improve and potentially get onto the front row of the grid? He needs to have a mighty sector 2 here. Oh, he validates though. That's Roland's run over. Next man behind him is Shane, who's invalidated his lap, so that's his qualifying over. Bruce, I think, is the next man to come across the line. Around the hairpin, he's a 10th and a half up on his time. Qualifying is going to be key now. Now we're going to have a wet start to the race. You want to try and get as close to the front as you can.
Closer swag's half a second off as well.
So Bruce comes to the line, doesn't improve position wise. Go to Counterswag. Looking to get into the front row here potentially. Oh, punches in P3 though. Still a good lap from the Dutchman. As all these guys are coming up to the line now. It's quite hectic trying to keep up.
It's hard to keep up.
It is. I'm going to go to Hilly though. He's just coming through the final corners. Can Hilly improve? He does, but doesn't improve position. Went 3 tenths up.
Joel was nearly 3 tenths up.
Let's go to the McLaren.
So this could push him up to 5th if he gets a good final corner.
Looks like he does though. Looks very clean. Can he improve? Yes, he does. Goes up to P5. Yep. Titch called it, and he delivered.
Here comes Shane. Oh, Shane, massive improvement on his time.
P9.
P9.
Yes. Good luck there.
1.2 seconds.
Anyone else?
Is it Raceway JJ?
Yes,
JJ?
he is. It is. JJ is coming through the final corner. He's a 10th up on his time. Can he beat his teammate? Yes, he does. Goes to P12.
And Raggy comes across the
line. Raggy
improves.
Yes, he does. So I believe that is qualifying finished. Chaos, yeah, Chaos has been validated. Yeah, and that's it. That is qualifying over for today.
Well,
so Raji, yeah, championship leader, who led the way of all the way through qualifying, and yeah, that is pole for the Williams.
Pole for the Williams.
Pole for the Williams.
Back on the front row.
Yes,
he'll love that.
Yeah, that'll put a smile on his face.
He needs it.
Yeah, his season. I mean, he just had that bad luck, didn't he, when he was on pad, and then he moved to wheeler, which was a new world for him. And it takes quite a lot of time to get the wheel perfected. And now he's back on pad, back to where he's used to getting good results. And yeah, P2 for him. Swag, P3. Of course, filling in. And there we have it. Qualifying is done.
Yeah. On to the race.
On to the race. So there we have it, guys.
Crazy times.
So there we have it. Raji in P1, followed on by Muzza, Swag, and Hilly, running off the front two rows. Then followed on by Joel, Roland, Baby Wizard in P7. Then Blaze, P8, Shane P9, and then Kitten to round off the top 10. Then followed on by Porridge Power, JJ, Spud, Bruce, Millses, and of course we'll have VTech, who will start from the back of the grid. It's quite a hectic end to the qualifying then. We couldn't keep up with the cars, but there you have it. So it's quite an interesting grid, isn't it, looking at it? Of course we have a few fill-ins as well that are going to try and interrupt these guys in the championship. Of course, the guys who are reserving are solely there just to gain points for their respective constructors. And ooh, there we have it, Titch. The rain is here.
Hey.
It looks to me like an intermediate kind of wet, not like a wet.
There was last week when it rained. There was a few guys that were faster in the rain, retrospectively to everyone else, than they were in the dry. Spud being one of them. That was mental for me.
One thing that you mentioned is that you did it in a dry setup.
I did a dry setup and it was fine. Racing in wet conditions on a dry setup I found was fine. It was when it went to intermediate conditions that's when I started to struggle.
Of course, the big question is now, Titch, is are they going to go on a wet setup or a dry setup? Because we don't know. A dry setup? We don't know when the rain's going to stop.
Yeah.
So if the rain's not long, then of course
last night it stopped. I put softs on with 13 laps to go. Well, 12 laps to go. Should have come in with 13 laps to go, but you know.
What a wet tyres, Titch. I thought it looked to me like it was going to be intermediate. But it's not.
No. We got the full wet, as like yesterday.
Yeah.
Obviously, when it's wet, the game doesn't give you a choice.
I can say this now, Tiff, because I did feel bad. Muzza asked me before the race, whilst I was setting up the stream, if I had a wet setup. And I didn't, because I haven't touched Canada in this game. So I felt bad, and this was just before the lobby started. I had to say to him, I'm so sorry, I haven't. So hopefully Muzza found a setup, if he is using a wet setup. And hopefully I haven't...
I hope some people are on the dry setups, you know.
I think, yeah. Just depends.
The thing is, though, if you're on the dry setup, if you just drop to the back and just follow everyone, if they're all on wet setups, it should make it quite easy. If it dries up, it's a risk.
Yeah, of course.
If you just stay with the pack.
The massive thing to think about here as well, Titch, is penalties.
Yes.
A wet race around
to
Canada.
Keep track of everything.
Yeah, a wet race. We've seen it yesterday, didn't we, in the EU1? How many penalties were just being picked up in wet conditions?
Montana was one.
Yeah, nothing's going to change. So these guys, as long as these guys can just keep it on the island, regardless of what position they're in, and just have a nice, solid, clean race, then they're on for a good result as it is. Before we've even, started, that would be my thinking personally, as they're all about to line up on the grid now.
Who's going to get a good start?
Yes. So it's Raji and Muzza. Can Muzza jump Raji into turn 1? the guys in the midfield need to be extra careful as well. They need to remember they're in wet conditions, so they need to brake quite a lot earlier. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to unfold here in Canada. Here we go. Lights are on. 5 lights. We're going to wait for the glitch.
Long pause.
And we're underway here in Canada as Raji looks like he's got a nice solid start. Muzza side by side.
Gone alongside him.
Muzza backs out of it.
Yeah.
So Red Bull of COS looking at the inside of Muzza. Muzza gets a nice run out though. Ooh, back end steps out from Raji. Invites Muzza to take the lead. Ooh, side by side.
Oh, Raji cuts across the grass.
And that promotes Kelso into P2. Oh, there's a car gone off, and that's Baby Wizard.
It's Baby Wizard in the background.
Front wing gone there for the Red Bull. It's dropped down all the way to last.
It's not ideal for him.
Oh, you can see they're all squabbling for positions here, and this is not what you want around here.
No, not in the wet.
Yeah. As they're all just jockeying for position now. So Raji, despite having that moment coming out of turn 3, is in the lead and he's got a gap already to Counterswag in 1.2 seconds. Ronan gains a position on JJ, puts him up into P8. I mean, these first few laps, Titch, you're going to tell, aren't they, which guys are using triceps and which ones are using wet setups.
I'll be able to tell quite easily.
Shane hits the wall of champions. Don't think he got any damage though. They're all coming through to round off lap 1. So it's Raji leading the way, 1.5 seconds, followed on by Counterswag and then Muzza. See the winners and losers of the start. Obviously, the biggest loser is Baby Wizard, who's in the pits now to get a front wing change. Blaze gained 3 positions, JJ up 3 positions as Blaze is looking up the inside of Joel. Ooh, with bang wheels, but Blaze gets the move done.
Oh, chaos is round. As Muzza has jumped Counterswag into P2.
Yeah, I think got
himself back into P2.
Got the move done. However, Titch, he's got wing damage. He's got an end plate missing, and so is Counterswag. Counterswag's gone wide into the hairpin, which has invited Blaze to pick up another position.
Was there contact between the two?
Yeah. I think Muzza went for an overtake under the bridge, and I think might have made contact. Yeah, so Counterswag's in. His Muzza stays out though. But at the moment, what this is doing is helping.
JJ has 6 seconds of penalties already.
That's not the start you want. He's currently down in P7 at the minute. He's got Roland and Shane for company right now. Chaos picks up 3 seconds. We're going to see that popping up quite a lot, aren't we? This race. Yeah. A lot of seconds, a lot of penalties popping up. What this means at the minute is Raj is just running away with it at the minute. We're only on lap 3 and he's got a gap of 4 seconds. So I definitely believe that he is definitely on a wet setup. He's yellow in sector 2. Oh no, it's the AlphaTauri of Jay Hartnell.
That's bad news for him.
Yeah, he's gone well. I'm not sure what happened to Jay Hartnell then. Yeah. Has he picked up damage? Oh, that's such a shame.
Blaze is on a charge. He's up 5 places already in this race. And now he should be able to get past Muzza with the wing damage.
Yeah, Muzza's going to be... Oh, Muzza pits actually.
Muzza comes in, yeah. Oh, he's picked up 5 seconds for speed.
Of course, this pit lane's so tricky, isn't it, to nail as Kitten and JJ pick up
JJ's got
respective penalties. Muzza's gone to intermediate Stitch.
Oh, is it worth the risk?
That's an interesting shout from Mazat. He's going to try something different. Is it time for intermediates? Of course, we don't know that answer. We'll find out though. The closest battle now is Roland and JJ. There's a little train forming from Hilly onwards. Now the race has died down. It's time for these guys just to get into a nice little rhythm whilst they're in these conditions.
I'm looking at the time, like the gap to leader between Muzza and Reggie. It's not going up massively.
So,
in fact, now I think it's on the cusp. So it is, yeah, Raggy comes in. I think he's coming in for the Inters. Yeah.
Yeah, so race leader's in.
Actually time for Inters, it was.
Ronan gets the move done on JJ, puts him up into P6.
They're all coming in for Inters now.
Yeah, a lot of these guys coming in. Hilly stayed out.
The right call.
Yeah, so Hilly stayed out.
A few people have stayed out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, so Chaz is a great double stack from the Williams, because Blazer's not lost no time whatsoever.
Yeah.
And he stayed ahead of Joel as well, so great strategy there from the Williams.
As Muzza and Joel fight out the pit, Muzza is used to the intermediates, he's had a lap on him now. So going on the intermediates is actually, I think it's nullified the wing damage he had.
And as Roland's has got another position up on Shane.
30 seconds. Yeah, but these guys they haven't pitted, that's a mistake.
I'm just looking at the gaps of the leader and comparing the wet times to the to the intermediates. So you can tell the intermediates are the one tied to be on, because Raji is closing in on this group at a rapid rate and knots, and he's already over the back of them already. So the inter-ties are the ties to be on right now. So we expect the top four to come in this lap. Raji needs to be careful though of these guys entering the pits. There's what's a Ferrari and Alpha Tauri entered side by side, and JJ actually got a jump on Shane into the pits.
And Roland stayed out again.
Yeah, so it ties it his way.
Is he trying to get round? To put the dries on.
I'm on board with him now, and you can just tell how much he's struggling.
It's a stupid idea because the pit lane's so short anyway.
Yeah, he stayed out and expect a Williams to be all over the back of that Renault gearbox any time now. Yeah, I was going to say JJ, that was brilliant for me. Went side by side with Shane into the pits and actually jumped him. However, Shane has got back ahead of him on track though, so they're both P7 and P8 respectively. Yeah, and here's the Williams of Raji, all over the back of the Williams, who's the only man on track with wet tyres. I'm going to go on board. I'm going to go on board with Williams. Roland didn't get a bad exit though. Of course, no DRS enabled, so it's all straight line speed for Raji as Roland boxes.
Yeah, Roland comes in.
Smart decision.
Too late.
And he's going to lose an absolute ton of positions now for staying out.
He's going to drop to 10th, I think.
As Blaze is the fastest lap of the race. However, the gap to his teammate is 7.6 seconds. Muzzle's set the fastest lap. There is a Mercedes round of Mills's round at the hairpin. He's still going now.
And Roland is coming out in the middle of the battle for fourth.
He got ahead of Shane. Got ahead of that little mini train.
You know, I think Joel is running a dry setup.
Yeah, you can just tell already, can't you? the way his cars...
He's dropped back so far off Muzzer, and he's holding these guys up.
Is Ronan going to go for a move? No, he thinks better of it. Thought he would have a run on him there. He should get a run. Will he go for a move down to the hairpin? Ooh, back end steps out though for the Renault. Looks a bit too far back to make a move on Joel here. Oh, locks up though. So Joel's going to have a good train here of Shane and Hilly as well. Yeah. So Joel just needs to weather the storm for now, and if he can keep ahead of these guys, and by the time the track dries out, he should be in a better suit for his race.
It's just when it dries out is the question.
Yeah.
But Muzzer is absolutely flying.
Yeah, Muzzer's really closed the gap on Blaze. Ooh, little concertina then.
Blaze is actually closing. Was closing very much as well.
JJ's pitted. JJ had wing damage. Yeah, so it's the AlphaTauri in the pit. Not a good race for the AlphaTauri team so far.
I did see a yellow car. Yellow flag. At the beginning of sector 2 last lap. That must have been JJ. As Chaos comes in. That's right. But yeah, the gap's coming down at the front. Blaze is catching his teammate, and Muzzer is catching Blaze.
And then it's
these two need to not fight now.
Yeah, and then it's the other way around, is it? Joel's just lost an absolute ton of time. He's nearly 10 seconds off Muzzer, and he has 3 cars for company behind him.
So barring anything drastic, this looks like the way the podium's going to be. Unless Joel is on a dry setup, but it gets dry pretty quick.
It does. Then again,
suddenly...
of course, safety car can play a massive role in this race. Ronan gets a great run out.
I was hoping for one last night. The safety car would have brought me right back into it.
Of course, penalties are going to play a massive factor in this as well. So, with 26 laps to go, it's all to play for. Anything can still happen, and I'll never ever, because EU4 just bring absolute drama so far. Especially that the last six races have been absolutely brilliant. And I don't think this one's going to disappoint either.
To be fair, everyone's done quite well on penalties actually. Blaze has 6 seconds.
Kitten's picked up another 3. I'll tell you what, Titch. Joel's doing a great job at the minute. He's still keeping these guys at bay.
Just holding everyone behind him. It's because he's going to be a bullet in a straight line because of a dry setup.
And look at this, Shane's going to go for a move down on Rollins to the hairpin. All the bang wheels. Who's going to get a good run out? Looks like the Ferrari, Shane will.
Joel's got wing damage. That's what's wrong with him. You can't see it, but he has 19% wing damage on his right hand side.
Shane gets a movement on Roland then. So that's Shane looking to P5. Can he get a good run out of the final corner and attack Joel? Doesn't look like it. Didn't. However, Roland's going to come back at the Ferrari here. No, thinks better of it. Spud picked up 3 seconds. Currently in P10, having a nice solid race so far. We haven't mentioned him yet. Chaos left the session, so he's down in P17.
I will invite him back.
Hopefully we can get the Merc back in. So yeah, Joel's doing a great job for now. Now it's to hold off the Ferrari. Of course, Joel has a little bit of wing damage as well, will affect him, especially in sectors 1 and 2. Let's go on board with the Ferrari. What can Shane do? Roland struggled to get past Joel, now it's Shane's turn. He's come down the back straight. You could just tell straight away, Titch, how quick that McLaren is in the straight line, because he's just... Absolute bullet in the straight line. He's doing a great job.
He's doing a fantastic job.
Because apart from that, there's not much else going on track in terms of battles in a minute, because they're all quite spread out, apart from this battle for P4. We've still got Muzzer as well. He's 1.7 off of Blaze. That gap's kind of stabled out now.
Yes, I think it's going up.
And I mean, looking at the onboards, it's still wet conditions as well. I thought for a second it looked like it was drying off there, but I just need my eyes testing, that's all.
The raindrops are getting lighter. So I expect to see the track dry out pretty quick. It dried out almost instantly when the rain stopped.
Let's have a look at another battle. Let's go to Spud, who's in P10 at the minute. I said he's having a... We haven't mentioned him, yeah, he's closed the gap down on the Alfa Romeo. Will he go for a move on Bruce? Because Bruce has had a poor exit at the hairpin. This is going to invite a Ferrari here. Spud's using all of his ERS as well. Is he going to go for a move? They're going to go side by side. Oh, Bruce got out of shape.
Picked up a penalty.
Yeah, and he picked up a penalty for his troubles as well, and that's invited Spud into P9.
Come on, Spud.
Move there from the Ferrari.
Yeah, Blaze has put the hammer down, I think.
Yeah, that gap though to Raji, that's stabled out as well, hasn't it? Because it was at one point nearly 10 seconds. Gap's down to 5. However, Blaze does have penalties, so you need to bear that in mind.
Nearly 9.
Of course, not even halfway through this race yet. We're only on lap 12. Still a long way to go, so Blaze needs to be extra careful not to pick up any more as Raji pits. I'm going on board with Matich. Looks like the track is drying out a little. Not much more raindrops.
Yeah, they're all coming in.
They're all, yeah. I think Jeff has told everyone that the DRS is enabled.
Yeah, a Blaze is double stacked again. Blaze has gone hards. Raji's gone mediums.
Raji's gone softs.
Yeah. Raji's going for the
Titty, look what Roland's done.
And Roland has stayed out.
Oh, Roland, what are you doing? Oh, Roland.
Why are you doing this?
Roland has stayed out on the intermediates.
Joel has lost a couple of positions with a wing change.
Yeah, so that's him down into P7.
But, see, I think Raji's gone the right way here. I think I'd have gone soft. Depends how many softs he had available to him.
Yeah. Of course, he could have a use set as well. Yeah, that he can use. So
22 laps left. After
that was quite hectic, wasn't it? Because F1 just pitted all at the same time. The weather is just,
I think,
completely dried out.
The mediums won't last, I don't think. To the end. Blaze is going for the. He's going for the go to the end from here option.
Kaus's line picks up 3 seconds. Yeah, a lot of guys onto the medium, so it'd be interesting to see maybe if they go medium soft as Roland pits.
Blaze picks up 3 seconds trying to stay ahead of Muzzer.
Yeah, 9 seconds for the Williams as Muzzer sets the fastest lap.
Fastest lap out the pit lane as well.
Shane picks up 3 seconds. Look at Muzzer, he's gone for a move down on Blaze. Yeah, got ahead of him. Side by side coming out of the pits. And Muzzer's got the move done. Muzzer up into P2. Spud sets the fastest lap, then Bruce sets the fastest lap.
The track's getting faster.
Track's getting faster. We expect Raji then to get a good gap on these guys, being on soft tyres. Gap's at 11.7 as well for him. JJ sets the fastest lap.
So the 3 guys on hards will go to the end. No doubt.
I mean, despite Ronan coming a lap later again, Titch, he's still only in P6, and he's on hard tyres as well.
Yeah, he got out ahead of Joel.
Yeah. So, back end steps out for him now. I was on board with him then. But yeah, that lap that he did, he didn't actually lose loads of time. So maybe he knew something that we didn't. Until he picks up 3 seconds.
I'm telling you now, that gap to the lead isn't going up as fast as I thought it would.
I mean, you can see the gap that Muzz has made as well to Blaze. Gap's at 2 seconds now, so those medium tyres have warmed up for him, as it looks like the hards haven't.
Will the mediums go to the end is the question. I don't think they will.
Yeah,
and if they do, it will be a struggle.
Yeah. 22 laps on mediums is a big ask. But like we said, you know, we've still got 20 laps left. Anything, all to play for still.
I think the medium runners will go medium soft. But I think soft, if you had the softs available, was the way to go. That's Reggie sets the fastest lap.
The soft tyres fully up to temperature for the Williams now. Of course, we've seen that, didn't we, last Sunday in Portugal. It took a while for tyres to heat up.
Picked up another penalty. He's on 15 seconds already.
Yeah, so now these guys are settling into their dry stints. Spud picked up 3 seconds. There's not much action at the minute. Closest one is Roland and Joel and Hilly. They've all been together pretty much all race, haven't they? So long may it continue.
Joel was in front of these guys.
He was. He did. Of course, had to change wings in the pits, so lost in a couple of positions. However, Roland on the hard. Sorry, say that again. On the hards, and he's had a hiccup then. It's all over the back of this Haas. I'm going to go on board with the Renault. DRS is enabled. Overtake is on for him. He is low on ERS though.
Dropped off the back.
Yeah, doesn't get the didn't get the bus run out, did Roland. So Roland's just gonna have to be patient here, save up his battery, and go in attack mode once his ERS is back up to where it needs to be. I mean, in terms of ERS stitch, what's it like around here? Is it hard to save, or is it?
It burns pretty quickly, but you can save it. Like, there's still hard braking zones here, so it's still quite easy to get back.
I mean, if you're Roland now, Titch, you can stay within his DRS for 2-3 laps, can't you? And not use the battery.
Stay there, I think.
Oh, Hilly locked up though into the hairpin. However, Roland, ooh, the yellow. In sector 2 is the Kitten. Oh, it's Kitten and VTEC.
Oh, the two American drivers.
Oh, the two Americans bought out VSC as well.
Oh, now Roland pits.
Roland does pit. So does Hilly and Joel. The trio.
Is this to put a set of mediums on to go to the end from here?
Roland's on mediums. Yeah, they've all got mediums.
Yeah, I think they're putting a fresh set of mediums on to go to the end from here.
That's a great call from them, guys. They're going to save it. They're going to save an absolute.
VSC, that is a great shout.
They're going to save an absolute ton of time. VTEC pits. Did he have wing damage? I think he had a collision with fellow American Kitten. Oh, I don't like the sound of that gearbox. Oh. It has that glitch.
Did you have the glitch?
Yes, it has the glitch where it just. Ugh. Yeah, so. Yeah. Kitten's got a medium, VTEC's on soft, so currently down in P30 and P40.
17 laps on the soft.
That is a brave call. That's as brave as Roland's calls today.
Are you mad?
We're back in the racing though, in the green conditions, so Hilly in that little trio from Roland and Joel, so no positions have changed there. Guys that didn't pit, the likes of Spud, Bruce and Shane have all jumped ahead of them.
See, I think they could get onto the podium now. Hilly, Joel and Roland who came in. Could be hunting down a podium.
See, the only issue for Hilly, the likes of Hilly, Roland and Joel now, is this training in front of them, isn't it? They need to dispatch of these guys quickly. They don't want to get stuck behind these guys, or else it will ruin their chances of some sort of podium.
The gaps to stay over a second. So no one get DRS. They're easy to overtake.
I mean, Roland's all over the gearbox of Hilly again. And the gap from Hilly to Bruce is 1 second, so if Hilly can get within DRS in the next round, however, Roland, when I got on board with him, but looking at the straight line speed of the Haas of Hilly, even with DRS and ERS, Roland couldn't get past. However, is he going to go for a move to turn 1? Ooh, goes for it. Ooh.
Shane's got wing damage on his left hand side. It's not visible.
Roland gets a good run out. Oh, they're going to go side by side. Roland goes for the move on Hilly, and that's move done for the Renault. Roland up into P7.
It's a good showing from him. Despite those two strange strategy calls to stay out.
Yeah, and
on wets and inters.
So that's move done for the Renault. His next target now is Bruce. He's within DRS already of the Alfa Romeo, and he's got Spud for company as well. So this is the chance for Roland now to really push and get out of DRS range of Hilly and Joel if he can. Meanwhile at the front we've got Raji's leading the way 20 seconds. So Raji could have a potential free pit stop on these guys, the likes of Muzzer and Blaze, if he can keep that pace going.
I think he already does on Blaze. I'm pretty sure he's very close to on Muzzer as well.
Oh,
Hilly's hit the wall.
No, it's Roland.
It's Roland's hit the wall. Yeah.
Oh, Roland. Oh, do you know what, Titch? I saw the back end of. Oh, did hit the wall then. I saw him coming out of turn 3, and his back end stepped out, and I never thought anything of it, and I just seen him lose a ton of positions.
As Hilly goes past Bruce.
Oh, that's huge for the Dutchman. Gets past Hilly, gets past Bruce, and now.
Joel's going to have a look going into the hairpin. Gets the move done very early.
Yeah, good move there from the McLaren. We were saying how good of a race Roland was having. Now he's got major wing damage, so he's going to have to come in once again. Currently down in P9. So expect him to go on to potentially go on soft tyres as Hilly gets a move done on Spud.
You can look after the softs to make them go to the end from here.
So of course Roland has come into the pits as Joel is all over the back of Spud. Needs to get past him as soon as he can to try and keep up with keep within DRS range of Hilly.
He's got another set of mediums on Roland.
So he might have run out of soft tyres. I didn't fancy using the USEF as Joel gets a good run out and gets a move done on Spud. So that's Joel up into P6.
Get after Hilly again.
I mean, Hilly, the likes of Hilly and Joel have it all to do now because they've got a 14-second gap to Shane, who's currently 9 laps medium. So, yeah, with 12 laps to go, Shane might be in a good chance here, you know, of potentially getting a podium. But can his tyres last till the end? That's the only question for Shane. Oh, someone's picked up wing damage in that little group. Is it Bruce?
I'll let you know who it is.
It might be Bruce. I think it is Bruce. Yeah, it is Bruce. Yeah, he's lost the end plate. That's helped Spud because he's in DRS's Spud, and now Spud won't have the pressure of Bruce all over the back of him. Might lose a lot of time now, will Bruce? Currently in P8 as well. Yeah, so
really is Joel on Hilly at the moment.
Yeah, another one on board with his Kitten. Kitten and VTEC are going to go at it again. Down in P13, the resident EU4 American.
I expect Raggy to box 30.
Roland picks up 3 seconds. Yeah, so Raji will come in, and he will have to come in at some point. Question is, will he get ahead of Muzzer? Maybe. And of course, even if he doesn't get past Muzzer, he should have the tyres to get the move done back on Muzzer if he does fall behind the Renault when he does eventually pit.
Yeah, he should be pretty confident for the winner. He only has the one warning as well.
The closest battle on track right now is Hilly and Joel, currently in P5 and P6. Followed on by Spud, who's having a really solid race. So Shane picks up 5 seconds. Oh, he's gone for the soft tyre hitch, and he's spending the pit line. And that is 5 seconds for Shane. See if I
he didn't change his wing.
Do you know what though, Titch? If I was Shane, I would have just stayed out. Because he had a healthy gap to Hilly and Joel.
On the hards.
Yeah, so...
Now he's going to catch him back up. Although he hasn't come out that far behind him.
Yeah, of course, on soft tyres as Bruce and Porridge pit.
Oh, just got mediums.
Race leaders pitted as well.
For a fresh set of soft tyres, I believe. If they are fresh, I shall let you know if they're fresh. He's gone for mediums.
Ooh, okay.
With 10 laps to go.
And he will get comfortably out in the lead as well. And Muzzer's only just coming down the start-finish straight now. So yeah, Raji, comfortable gap, and yeah, with 9 laps to go, is looking good for the win here today. But this midfield battle, Titch, that we've seen all season is absolutely brilliant. We've got Joel, Hilly and Shane now. Shane on fresh set of softs. Is he going to go for a move down on Hilly? Yep, gets the move done.
Got his elbows out. As Spud comes into the pit lane.
Spud does come in.
Just some soft tyres.
I want to keep on board Spud because there's a massive train. If he can get ahead of that train, that's going to be absolutely massive for his race. So the Haas of Kitten, can he get ahead of the Haas? Yeah, it just does. Yeah, that's brilliant for Spud. Spud on for a really good result here. Gets ahead of that train. Let's go back to the battle though for P4.
It's been going on for a while.
It has. It's been going on pretty much all race, and all season is, like I said, it's been great to watch this battle. The likes of Joel, Shane, Hilly. Really competitive in that midfield, and today is the exact same as it's always been. However, advantage at the minute goes towards Shane. He's all over the back of the gearbox in the McLaren now. Of course, on a fresh set of soft tyres.
I'm still surprised Reggie's really soft. Maybe he's just gone with the fresh set of mediums that he had.
Picks up
for his rate. So currently the two leaders are penalty free.
I think Shane's on for a potential podium here, Titch, because I'm looking at the gap between Blaze and Joel. It's only 12 seconds. We know that Blaze has quite a lot of penalties already. Yeah, depending on the penalty situation between Joel, Shane and Hilly, I think it's their podium.
Shane has 6 seconds currently.
And he gets the move done now on Joel, up to P4. That's a massive move for Shane. Now he can really start pushing, trying. Can he get 6 seconds?
Shane has 6 seconds, and Blaze is one warning off 12 seconds. So yeah, he has a 6-second delta to try and catch up.
So challenge accepted.
Joel and Hilly are both on 3 seconds. So if Joel can stick in the DRS with Shane while he's driving along.
Oh, Shane hits the wall! Did he pick up any damage? No, he was so lucky not to pick up damage then. And that's invited Joel back into his DRS.
He has 19% wing damage on both sides now. He had wing damage anyway. He had it on the other side, 19%, so it doesn't show up as end plate damage.
Yeah, look at this. Joel is going to retake P4 from Shane.
Oh, Joel!
Oh, and they collide.
Shane's going to the back of him. No.
Did Shane mean to pit? Oh.
Another set of softs for him.
Shane's tied from the session. Oh, that is quite controversial. I'm not sure if Shane meant to come into the pit percentage. Because he went side by side. Oh.
I don't think he was coming into the pit.
Yeah, so that's Shane out of the race. Our first retirement of the race. With only 6 laps to go. Does Joel have any damage from that collision? Let's see.
No, but Hilly has picked up 25%. He's got end plate damage on his left hand side.
Yes, he has. Just seen that from the Haas.
So that's going to kill off any battle that he was going to hope with Joel.
So Joel
is 11 seconds behind Blaze. Blaze has 9 seconds, Joel has 3.
So he really wants Blaze to pick up one more penalty and then try and
yes, he does.
Basically get that gap down to about 9 seconds. Around 2.6 off though. However, Blaze can pretty much, he doesn't really have to push now because he can't really get P2 and he don't want to lose podium.
P2,
so
especially with
Blaze,
the penalties anyway.
Yeah. So you want to try and take it nice and easy. So now that midfield battle's pretty much over. Closest battle now on track is Roland.
To be said.
On fresh soft. Seen him gaining. and he's going to go for a move. He goes side by side. Yep, Roland gets ahead. As Porridge pits in. So that's Roland up into P11. Another battle is between Kitten and Bruce. Oh, actually, Kitten's actually got ahead of Bruce.
Yeah.
So that's Kitten into P8. Spud as well.
Spud now.
Spud's having a great race so far. Remember, he got ahead of Kitten, didn't he, in the pits? And the gap's now 2 seconds.
Spud has 9 seconds of penalty. So does Kitten though.
Yeah. Spud having a phenomenal race. 4 laps to go.
Oh, Bruce comes in.
Yeah, he's repairing that wing damage that he picked up earlier on. Loud dropping down though, out of the points. Might get ahead of the McLaren of Porridge. Comes out the pits now, yeah, should go into P12 for Bruce. Looking at that gap ditch between Joel and Blaze as well. 10.5.
It's coming down.
It's coming down, however, Joel needs Blaze to pick up a penalty.
That would help his plan massively to get onto the podium.
He's done that though, isn't he? He's like, the last few races he goes reverse strategy and then starts picking up podiums left, right and centre.
Yeah.
But if it works, it works. So I can't really, you can't really criticise him for that. Joel is really stepped up the last few races.
Yep. Couple of podiums,
and I think the championship might be out of reach for him. Looking at the points, however, a potential top 3 in the championship
is mathematically impossible.
No, it's not. But I think realistically, top 3 is his potential goal now. If I was him,
yeah.
To try and get promoted into EU3, of course. Yeah, he's had some solid races. So is the man behind him in Hilly, as Baby Wizard picks up 3 seconds, currently down to P15. But a lot of these guys, when we watched them right at the start of the season, we didn't know how these guys were going to fare. But we've discovered that some of these guys have really done well. Like we said, the likes of Hilly, Joel, Shane, Raji, have really come along so far this season. We can even say Spud as well, can't we? Remember, he's never played an F1 game before this came out, and now look at him, he's currently running in P7. So a lot of these guys, yeah. As I come around on the penultimate lap now, there's not a lot really going on, so
no, it's just Joel trying to close down.
It is. I'll tell you what, you look at that gap titch, gap's down to 8.8. Joel is on a charge here.
I don't think he's taking the risk of waiting to see.
Yellow 6-3, that's a slow Red Bull of Baby Wizard, I believe. Yeah, still going now. Yeah, he wants to try and put that pressure on him, doesn't he?
Yeah, get the pressure on him. And he just closed it in 2.7 seconds. In a lap.
Yeah, so whilst Joel tries and does that, I'm going to go to the race leader. He's had a he'd had a dominant performance today. We haven't really mentioned it much, have we? Because once he went out in the lead, and that was it.
It's been.
Yeah, it's kind of Lewis Hamilton-esque, isn't he? Not like you don't really concentrate on him during the race, do you? You kind of concentrate on him at the start and the end of it. But he will, as of now, extend his championship lead by quite some margin because Tiger Roll, who isn't racing tonight, is going to lose out here. But the Williams will not complain.
Oh, Blades has picked up 3 seconds.
That's so Joel.
Joel's on the podium.
Joel is on the podium as it
Joel
stands.
Is on the podium. That's what he was waiting for.
Yeah, on the last lap as well. Let's go back to the race leader. He's going to come down the back straight now.
That's madness.
Through the final corner. It's been a dominant race from the Williams, and he's going to pick up another victory here in EU4 as Raddy comes across the line to win in Canada.
Quite very, very comfortably, as Muzza is going to come.
And he's going to grab a podium. I can't remember last time he had a podium and what a race he's had. We haven't mentioned Muzza much either, but he's had a nice, solid race.
Yeah.
Back on the pad. And this is a result that he definitely wanted. Comes across the line
from him.
Now here we go.
Blaze is going to finish P3 on track, but Joel.
Here he comes. Here comes the McLaren. Joel should get P3.
Yeah,
and he does. That's another podium for Joel. Here comes Hilly. I think Hilly will finish P5. Yeah. Counter Swag. I haven't mentioned him much either. A lot of these guys have had quiet races. Of course,
just dropped down from EU3 this week.
Yeah.
Filling in.
He picks up some points though for Red Bull in the overall constructors. A nice solid race from the Dutchman as Spud picks up 3 seconds.
Oh, that could be crucial.
Ooh, where will Spud finish here? Will Kitten jump ahead of Spud?
I don't think it will. I don't think it's going to cost him. No. Spud's going to finish P7. Kitten P8.
And there we have it.
Yeah. Oh, that's mental. On the final lap.
Race. On the final lap, Joel nabs the podium off Blaze. Yeah. And there's a podium of Raji, Muzza and Joel.
You can't leave. It ain't over till it's over.
No, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, and Joel waited for that fat lady to sing all night long. And that fat lady's brought him another podium for the McLaren, so great joy from Joel. Never gave up. And yeah, it's paid off for him.
Yeah.
So there we have it. It's raining again in Canada. However, Raji picks up another win in the EU4, then followed on by Muzza, which is his first podium in the EU4, so congrats to him, and then rounded off by Joel. Then followed on by Blaze in P4, Hilly in P5, Counter Swag P6, followed on by Spud in P7. Then P8 is Kitten, P9 Roland, and rounding off the points is VTech in P10.
Oh, let me add these guys to here.
Yeah. And then followed on by JJ P11, Porridge P12, Jay Hartnell P13, Bruce P14, Baby Wizard P15, and then the DNFs of Moses and Shane.
And Muzza and Joel.
Of course, fastest lap as well from the race winner as well.
Yeah, he's my driver of the day, I think. Just dominant.
Yeah, just pure dominance.
Absolute dominance.
I don't believe he has a mic though, so so we'll have to get in Muzza and
Joel, who has just joined.
So whilst these guys come in to the party, and we'll have a quick chat with them in a second, I just want to do a quick plug, if that's okay with you, Titch.
No, that's not okay with me.
Is that an okay? It is a COS related
but
plug,
you're gonna do it anyway.
I will do it. For those that watch, I left the league last week to join to start a COS racing team, and we made our debut last week. Just to give everyone a heads up, we started dead last, but not in a bad way, because the guy that set our quality laps basically invalidated them, which meant we started from the back. However, we finished P9 in the end. But the good news is, this Sunday we will be streaming from Twitch off the Contest of Speed account.
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Here comes
Moses back.
Moses back.
Back again.
So now these guys are doing the party, I'm just going to finish off plug. So this Sunday we'll be streaming on the Contest of Speed Twitch account. It'll be 3 hours at Monza. So if you fancy something different from F1, then come
Instead
check.
of watching pay-per-view football.
Yeah, come and check. Come and check me out.
Good shout.
As me and another 2 guys, a part of the iRacing team, are going to challenge 3 hours at Monza, which should be a lot of fun. But that's my plug over. Let's go on to the podium and let's go on to Mr. P3 again. I'm going to go to you. I'm going to go to you, Joel. Joel, good evening.
Good evening.
You've done it again.
I have done it again.
You've damned us again.
The podium.
I am
got a podium
because I got a penalty, and I'm really not happy with myself.
And we thought that penalty was going to cost you until the final lap.
Yeah, so did I. But I felt a little bit aggrieved when I got it because I didn't think I had all 4 wheels off the track, so I was going to try and get it removed, but
there's no point now. What's the point?
Podium anyway.
Way too strict for that anyway. You're all right.
But yeah, you had a solid race, didn't you? You had a good midfield battle during the race, and then once you closed that gap down to Blaze, and of course he picked up the penalty, gained you another podium. So you must be happy with that.
Yeah, I was. I'm not. We all know I hate the wet. It's just dreadful. But I just said, as long as I'm still in the race when it's dry, I'm happy. And I was P4 or whatever, so I was more than happy once it got dry. But yeah, it was just getting through the wet, that was the issue.
Yeah, it's always the issue. I know your pain.
Just a quick one, if you can send Raji an invite, I think he has a mic.
Has he got a mic?
I think he has a mic, he just sent me his private DM.
He said he's going to try and speak through the phone, that's what he said in the chat, but I don't really know what he means by that.
I'm not sure. We'll try and get him in and see what happens. But
I'm going to get him in it. We're going to get him in it.
We'll get him in and see what happens. But yeah, another podium though, Joel. You'll take that all day long. In the championship though, you are. I was saying towards the end of the race, you points wise, you're probably a bit too far away from Raji. However, I think top 3 maybe for you now. Is that what you're looking at?
I think that puts me in net P2 once Risa gets removed from the equation. But I think I'll still be a bit too far off Raji because he's just too consistent. He races every week, so can't get anywhere near him.
He was dominant today, to be fair.
Yeah, he was. His best drive since Belgium, definitely. So smashed it.
Yeah, but no, great drive again, Joel. And hopefully we'll speak to you again soon.
Yeah, cheers.
Let's go on to Mr. P2. We haven't spoke to this lad in a while, have we, Tidge? I haven't spoke to him in absolutely yonks. I don't even know if I can recognise.
I forgot a new user. I'm not even going to lie.
I know. I can't even recognise. I couldn't even recognise your voice when you popped into this party.
I know there's only one Mancunian in the whole of Discord, and you still don't remember me. It's been that long.
I know. Anyway, though, it's great to hear you, and it's great to see you back on the podium, Muzza.
That's it. Back on the pad. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, we said that.
On the pad.
The DualShock 4, best wheel in the game.
Honestly, mate, forget any £500 setup. The £50 pad is the way forward. Go on, mate.
In terms of your race, though, it was pretty quiet because we barely mentioned you.
Well, funnily enough, funny you should say that because I was thinking the same thing. But then when I look back at the start of the race, it was actually pretty chaotic. So I think me and I got a better start off the line. And me and Raggy were fighting into turn 4. I was getting mixed up with Canada because all the small little turns, but I think it was turn 4. And he pushed me proper wide, and I had to really let off, and then Kelt came through.
He went across the grass. It was like Vettel on Hamilton.
Yeah,
he went across the grass and ended up.
Yeah, so I had no room to go, so I had to really slam on the line and taking my wing off into the wall. Then Kelt came through. So then straight away I had an uphill battle on my hand getting past him in the wet. He, for some weird reason, we both had the exact same incident. I followed him into the wall on lap 2 or lap 3 and I got wing damage. So I came in and I thought, you know what, try the inters. And even though I came in and changed my wing, I think when the lads in front of me came in after, I was literally just behind them. So it worked a treat, even with a wing change. That lap earlier onto the inters literally clawed back, 10 seconds or however long's lost in a wing change stop. So I was pretty lucky in that respect. I then got a 5-second penalty as well, but I think my biggest benefit was Joel's struggles in the rain, to be honest, because he was holding up quite a lot of drivers behind. So when I started building up that gap, I think at one point it was 15 seconds or something. I just knew I had to just concentrate on front, and I had my engineer telling me about Crimson's penalty situation as well. So I knew no matter what, just keep all 4 wheels on the track, don't get any penalties. And I think after I took Crimson over, he went onto the hards. That was my race, and it was just a nice tootle around Montreal for a few laps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we said, didn't we, that because I said that you were on the wheel tonight, but then I realised that you went back on pad. So, how did you find the wheel though? Quickly.
To be fair, right, when people say to me the realism's there and it's much better, I do have to agree. When I was sat in that chair with the wheel and the pedals, there's no better feeling than that. However, I think you do need to have the time to invest into getting better in that, and quite a bit of time. I mean, I've got a young family, I can't invest that much time. I was practicing like an hour or two, before every race. That was it. So like Vietnam, if you remember, I think I went to the pits. I did more laps in the pits than I did on the track at Vietnam, because I was just so clueless. It was just everywhere, and so it's good if you've got the time and the investment you can put into it. But for me, it's a no-go. And as I say, it's just nice to have that comfort that I can battle with the likes of Joel and I think Rage, or however you pronounce his name. I think it would have been a lot closer if it wasn't for being held up by that first lap incident with himself and Kelt. So he did dominate, he had a cracking race, but it would have been interesting to see if I'd managed to not get held up by them two, if it would have turned out differently. But I'm happy with P2.
Yeah, you take P2 all day long. But,
after 3 DNFs in a row, I think I'll happily take that.
Nah, happy days. It's always good to speak to you, and it's always good to see you getting good results again. And long may it continue. Hopefully, again, I'm sure we'll speak to you again soon. But congrats again.
I hope so, mate.
Yeah, but congrats on your P2. And that is it for Contest of Speed this week. Where are we next week, Tishy?
Zandvoort.
Ooh, okay.
It's Budapest. Budapest.
Oh yeah, Budapest.
Oh, it's Budapest.
Zandvoort.
Oh, okay. So around Hungary.
I was getting ahead of myself.
I do like a bit of Hungary.
Yeah, we do love a bit of
podium.
Yeah.
My first P2 was in Hungary.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
when I decided to stay out and nearly ballsed up. And that was, I think you were behind me, weren't you, Titch?
I was. Well, I got ahead. I was like, yeah. I got ahead. I was literally just trying to follow Cookie to stay ahead.
Yeah.
Like to try and pull away from the pack. I ended up 4th, I think.
Yeah, you did.
You and Sargate.
Yeah, that was it, Sargate. Yeah, of course it was. It was. That was the very first podium. So hopefully, our replication next week will be nice. I'm still waiting for my first COS win. I've still not got my first COS win.
Don't worry, I don't know how that feels on track. So.
Fair play, mate. Well, we'll share the same burden then. We'll share the same burden.
One day, guys. You'll.
I haven't even looked back on it.
I've got 3 wins. Never one on track.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was one was America, wasn't it? Tier 3.
Yeah.
And that was against that was BGV.
BVG weaving on the straight.
Yeah.
Weaving on the straight.
Moving 150 times in the braking zone.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
And
then there was one this year, wasn't there, as well? So,
yeah, one in
How
Brazil.
are you boys anyway? I've not spoken to you properly for ages.
Real good.
I'm alright. Yeah.
I haven't edited the stream yet, by the way.
Oh, I thought you turned it off.
Sorry.
Well,
no, but there we have it though. At least you've heard off Muzzer though, eh? We've heard tier 3 stories here on the stream, but no. I'm going to end the stream now though, guys. Again, thanks for tuning in. be sure to check out our iRacing race on Sunday, and then next Monday we'll be back at Hungary with EU3. So yeah, thank you for watching now, and we all hope you have a good weekend. And yeah, it's a good night from all of us. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.